Hi guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the series Talk to Myself. So today I'm going to be talking about a topic which is quite interesting. So in the comment section in the last video, there was one comment that actually caught my attention again, and the comment is like this: I just finished high school, but I don't want to go to university. Is it better to work and not go to university? Now that is a very interesting question, because I know that a lot of you guys are growing up out there and you guys don't want to go to university. So you guys just want to work and make money. I totally understand that. So fun fact, I actually stopped studying at Hwaseng University. I've studied the first year of university and then I dropped out, I quit to work full-time as a creator in Creatory. So I have a little bit of experiences about how it's like to work. So today I'm gonna talk about that and hopefully help you guys with some of my advices. Now I know that there are many ways to become successful, right? I totally get that, but education or school is the shortest way. So before I answer that question, I'm going to tell you about a story about me again. So like the last episode, I told you guys about doing YouTube is easy and all that. So it's around that time, when I was like a kid, I told my mom that, Mom, I want to grow up and become a YouTuber. So she said, what's a YouTuber? So to our parents, to our grandparents, the whole term YouTuber, you know, it's kind of like a new thing to them. But to us, it's quite common, it's quite normal because we watch them every single day and it has become whatever, like, I don't know, daily routine or something like that. You just go on YouTube and see whatever you want to see. So it is quite common, it is quite normal for us, but for old people or parents or grandparents, it's a new term, it's a new thing for them. So I explained to my mom about like the whole thing, how you can get money from YouTube and all that. And my mom told me this. She said that no. She said no. So back at that time, for my parents and my grandparents, anything that's online on the internet and you can make money out of it, it's a scam. It's always been like that. So their parents, their mindset has been like, oh, if you can make money on the internet, that's a scam because that's not a real job. So, but you know, that didn't stop me. So you know, I tried to do YouTube. I put myself into it. I do a lot of things out there. So after a few years, I went viral with the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've got my first sponsor. So for you guys who don't know, YouTubers, we don't only make money from YouTube ad revenue, but we also make money from sponsor, such as like Pepsi or maybe some other brands. So we make money from YouTube and sponsor as well, but it's quite difficult because sometimes we have sponsor and sometimes we don't have sponsor. So our money doesn't always like stabilize. So yeah, but anyway, so I've had my first sponsor. It was like I was doing a sponsor video for a gaming gear shop, and it was about a headphones. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was for the headphone, the HyperX something, the HyperX Cloud 2 or something like that. So I've had my first sponsor, and because I was in grade 11, they paid me for one video. So because I was a kid, I was like, yeah, sure, it's fine. It's my first income ever. So that proved to my mom that I can make money off of YouTube. And since then, she started to realize that, oh, YouTube is a thing now. It's a job now. People are doing it. And she's actually a really supportive mom. And so she started asking me about what I needed for the YouTube channel. So I told her I need ring lights, I need like maybe a small camera. And even though our family are not rich, my mom is a teacher, my dad's a teacher. So we're not rich, we were not born rich. So it was a difficult time for my mom to get me some stuff so I could do YouTube. I started doing YouTube with a little, I have it right here actually. It's my first camera ever. No, my first cameras ever was my grandmom's camera. It was like a small one, a small camera for like vacation and all that. So this is one of my first camera that my mom bought to me. It's quite easy. It's quite easy to use. It's quite, you know, it's quite common. It's really not that much of a big deal. But this proved to me that my mom actually believed in YouTube and she believed that I can do things and she wants to support what I'm doing. So that's a good thing, right? So yeah, it was quite difficult because we have to do sponsors and we have to come up with the idea for the sponsor. So whenever there's a sponsor coming, you have to think about the idea and you give it to them, and if they accept it, you do it. If they don't, then either you fix it or you can deny that and you won't have income. So that's how it works. So even though money from YouTube, it's enough for me to live, but if I want to have more than enough, then the sponsor is the thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's quite difficult. So later on I joined Creatory and I work full-time as a creator in the company. And it's quite difficult because there are a lot of things going on in there. You have to work as a team with people, and it's really amazing. It is really amazing to work. So I work in Creatory, I earn money, I earn it. When I say I earn it, it means a lot more to me. Because when you say I get the money, it means that you get it from somewhere, I don't know. But when you say you earn the money, it means that you've worked hard for it. And so after I've earned that money, I realized 3 things, and I really do value it. First of all, after you earn your first income, you earn your first money ever when you work, the first thing you're gonna value is you're gonna spend your money more responsibly because it's your hard work. So before I made my money, my mom and my dad usually buy me things because, you know, I was a child. So I would actually never think about how difficult it was to get money. I was just thinking, oh, it's just about 200 or 300 or 500. It's quite cheap. When I first made my own money, when I first earned my first paycheck, I remember buying some things about 200,000 Vietnam dong. I had to think so hard about it because I really do value my money because it was hard work, you know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that I don't buy anything that's random or anything that's useless. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is that when you earn money, you're gonna understand your parents more. Because my mom is a teacher, like I said, and my dad's a teacher. So it was really difficult, and I just realized how much of a pain in the ass I am. Because when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed playing with toys and all that, and back then it was like, what, 2008 or something like that? It was quite difficult. For a teacher, my mom wasn't really rich. We weren't rich. I was not born in a rich family. Whenever I see a toy in the street or maybe in a supermarket or in a market, I would just tell my mom, "Mom, can I get that?" And it's about like 100, 200. And back then, 200,000 Vietnam dong for a teacher like my mom is quite big, isn't it? Because she loved me, so she bought it for me. And I brought that home and I played with it for a few days and it broke. So yeah, I just realized that I didn't really value money much back then because I didn't understand how hard you have to do in order to get that money. But when I do, I earn it, I understand how difficult it is for my parents back then to earn money and to do things. So I just love my parents more. The third thing I've realized is that you guys remember back in school, teacher used to tell you that when you leave school or leave high school or leave any school, secondary school, elementary school, when you leave school, it means that you've left paradise. Back then, my dumb ass didn't believe that. I didn't believe that. I was like, no, I just want to grow up, make money, and just live, you know? I don't want to study, and I don't want to get stressed out about, like, score and all that. But when I started working, I realized that they were right. They were so right. They were really right. Because when you were at school, it is paradise because the only thing you have to do when you were studying is just studying. I know it's stressful sometimes about score, about whether you're going to be able to go to like high school or something like that. I understand that. But the main thing is you only need to study and try to study as well as you can to get good grades. That's the only thing you have to worry about. But when you started working, there's a lot more in that. You have to worry about taxes. You have to worry about whether I'm doing a great job or not. You have to worry about, am I going to get fired and all that. It's a lot of things for you to worry about, and you get stressed more than you were at school. So I just realized that, yeah, school was actually paradise, but we were just too naive to realize that. So to answer that question, I suggest that you should stay in school. Stay in college, you know, study, get a degree. I know that there are many ways to become successful, but like I said before, education is the shortest way. Getting a degree in university is like a backup plan, you know what I mean? Like, say if you want to become a YouTuber, like me for example, for instance. After a few years you've worked as a YouTuber, you realize that, oh, maybe YouTuber isn't a thing for me. You want to do something else. So you still have a degree for you to find a job that you've studied for, which is quite fascinating, right? You still have a backup plan, you still have a job later on. Yeah, that's the reason why I suggest that you guys should stay in school if you can and just get a degree. But if you want to work, that's fine too. If you want to work, that's totally fine too. Just, you know, take a year off and, you know, just go out there, get a job, you know, enjoy what it's like to work. And if you want to go back to school, you're welcome to. It's always there for you. University is always there for you. But if you still want to work, that is fine too. that is fine too, because that is your option. And yeah, and if you still want to go back to school, it's totally fine. So yeah, that's my answer for that question. Just stay in school as long as you possibly can. Get a degree, and if you want to work, take a year off. And if you don't want to work anymore, you can always go back to school. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Live like you did, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay fabulous.